Before we take a look at the first production BMW race of the weekend, we're just going to tell you a few clips from yesterday's Product 8 Racing Saloons, the sister series to the Production BMW. It's a massive grid, as usual, for the Project 8. Production BMW cars see there at the rear of the pack. But the race turned into a bit of a disaster. Tom Murphy, first of all, running the gravel trap and being collected heavily by all of the 36 BMW both cars catapulted into Tyrrell, and the safety car came out, and once it came in, the production BMW cars this time decided to cause the carnage with 5 of them in the gravel trap.
Another one spins sideways
and on the circuit by the end. Now qualifying yesterday for the production BMW, ones that were left, well, some of those as well found themselves in a spin. Harry Goodman there finding himself the wrong way, coming out of the paddock, and then a massive moment for Adam Morgan in the 177 machine, just clipping the tyre wall, but he was the only one to find himself off the tarmac.
So from the second row,
The race, away we go then, a good start, but he goes round. Mike Tovey made a good start there to get ahead of Ben Winrow, but then the car spinning, and Liam Crilly now attacking for the lead as they go through Paddock Hill Bendies. Ben Winrow almost easing him out there towards the gravel trap, but Crilly stood his ground, and now as they go up towards Clearways, Winrow will take the lead, but Liam Crilly up to second position, and as they round the Druid hairpin, Crilly started third on the grid. Of course, with Mike Tovey going off, I'm sure it looked like Mike Tovey pulling over on Ben Winrow and spinning around the front of him. We'll hopefully get a shot of that in a moment as the leaders down the Cooper Straight, and Winrow and Crilly trying to break away already in this gigantic grid of cars. The very similar BMW E30 machine. Just take another look then. Yes, Tovey definitely with a better start, and then coming round the front of Winrow's car, they're facing backwards, heading into Paddock Hill Bend. Right, into Paddock for the second time. It's Winrow that leads from Crilly, and there's a bit of a gap between the two of them. But then a massive gap back to third. That's Stuart Waite, and then Charles Plumley was leading across the line in the battle for fourth, but he's been passed by Harry Goodman. Also in that scrap is Miles Howard, Alan Wildman and Matthew Swaffer. They all now head into Grant Hill Bend as one in the battle for fourth position. Charles Plumley, the second of those cars, Mazda MX-5 racer, facing for the first time this weekend in the production BMW around this Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. And I wouldn't have thought that Plumley would have raced around the Grand Prix circuit before, so first for him. Not just the championship. Mike Tovey onto the back of the train of cars now as well. So the two leaders through, really staying with ex-Clio champion Ben Winrow, launching over the curb there with Stuart Waite. And then this huge gaggle of cars for fourth position head through Paddock Hill Bend, and Charles Plumley further down the pack than he was last time. He's down to sixth because the car of Miles Howard just found his way past him. Really only a tenth slower at the front than Winrow. 8 tenths of a second is all that separates the two of them. As the cars in the battle of fourth head down towards Graham Hill Bend. Joining them now is Simon Glenn. So fourth back to I think something like 8th altogether. He might be further down than 8th even, isn't it?
20 seconds, so you're past handfuls of cars by the
down to 9th even. So Mike Tovey moving up the pack now as well. What sort of lap times is Tovey putting in? Well, the fourth fastest person on circuit is Mike Tovey. Leaders back through then. Winrow pulled out to 1.7 seconds on the completion of lap 3. Now we've got less cars involved in this battle of the fourth as Charles Plumley continues to put the pressure on to Miles Howard. It's Harry Goodman that still leads that scrap. Alan Wildman behind Plumley. Then there's a gap now to Swaffer and Glenn. There's Mike Tovey, I think, just heading onto the bridge and attacking into Druid. So the four of them in that battle for fourth head down towards Surtees. That takes on to Grand Prix. Look, somebody having a moment at the bottom of the hill there, spinning the car. I think Kevin Hodgkin it was. He returns to the circuit. Let's take another look at that. Bit of a tax slap at the bottom of the hill as the car rotating. Yes, it is the number 19 machine that went round. Winrow pulling away. Liam Crilly lost his slipstream. The gap is now 3.5 seconds. Stuart Waite still sits there in a lowly third position. And then the scrap for fourth is getting less of a scrap. You can see that time Charles Plumley bouncing over the curb on the inside of paddock.
There he is, number 1. A few more places, getting up to 17th place now.
Ben Winrow that time set his fastest lap of the race, a 1:52.762. The fastest lap of the race, 77.68 miles per hour. Fastest lap so far in the Maragoni Tyres Production BMW Championship in association with Quick Fit.
Charles Howard fifth, number 43, 6th, Charles Plumley. And Nick Wilson is next one, Hugh, but he may instead of first.
Another look at this moment at the bottom of paddock for Kevin Hodkin. Put him to the back of the pack, but 2.
And we can see a challenge there by Miles Howard on Harry Goodman going into paddock.
And he's now at 10 seconds behind the cars in front, so he'll have to work that way, that gap down. Right, leaders back through. That time Crilly closed Winrow back in. It's down to 2.6 seconds. A poor lap from Winrow, that's a mistake, on 56. Stuart Waite in turns bringing the gap down to Liam Crilly. 5 seconds between the two of them now. Charles Plumley had dropped off Miles Howard, you may have noticed. And Plumley now under pressure from Wildman. Meanwhile, a bit further back, Jack Gabriel gained a position to Leonard Oliver.
1.6 seconds behind his next victim, number 18, Ian Russell.
So that lead us on the 6th lap of a 20-minute race. Should get something like 11 laps out of that, we think. Winrow, the leader, turns back through paddock for the 7th time now. The gap back up to 3.4. Winrow 1:53. 8 tenths quicker than Crilly, who in turn pulled away from Waite. Then the battle for 4th. Still Goodman in front, the 76 car. Still ahead of Miles Howard in 43. Plumley. He still runs 6th, just starting to break away now from Wildman. But Wildman has right with him Matthew Swaffer. Then a gap back to Simon Glenn, who's battling with Matthew Parks. Then another gap to 78 car in the hands of Kevin Welch. And he's got a nice scrap because right with him is 42, Tom Ibrahim. As well as the 15 car that is Jack Gabriel, and then as Mike Tovey is almost onto the back of them, so Tovey would be wanting to work his way past them in the next lap or so. So through paddock once again, our race leader Ben Winrow completed 7 laps now. In second, Liam Crilly, he is 6 seconds down. Some lacquery to do for Stuart Waite as he turns through paddock Hill Bend. He's closed in on Crilly that time by 7 tenths of a second. Of interest to see how he goes. And a big moment there into paddock Hill Bend for the car in the hands of Matthew Swaffer. He just about managed to hold it together. Hopefully he didn't lose too much time at his sake, because he'll be wanting to continue to push forward. And personally, especially for Mike Tovey, look, he's passed them all on this lap. The number 1 car, the champion from last year, has gained position. He now sits in 11th position, but he's got 9 seconds to catch on the car that is next up the road. And that's the number 138 machine. Driving that today is Matthew Parks. He's probably got something like 4 laps remaining to try and find a way past here at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix loop, which probably is an advantage to Mike Tovey. Tough place to find time, or to be quick around, but if you are quick you can find lots of time, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes. He can move himself into the top 10. Somebody who's well and truly in the top 10. He's our race leader. That's Ben Winrow, the ex-Renault Clio champion. Liam Crilly sits still there in second position. The gap's gone up of another second. It's 6.9 now. And a poor lap that time for Stuart White, passed through the traffic. The 155.7, and that's allowed Harry Goodman behind to close in 4/10 of a second, and now the gap between them is only 3.7, and the scrap there continues into Drew. It's a bit of a snatch break there for Miles Howard, because closed in on them once again. Pat is Charles Plumley. So Plumley having a good race as battles further down the pack continue. Wonder what, let's see what Mike Toby's doing. He should be the next one down into Graham Hill. There he is. Last time he was only 1.6 seconds slower than Winrow, which is the third fastest person on the circuit. He closed the car up in front of him by 2.3 seconds. The gap to Parks now, who's battling with Glenn, is 6.6 seconds with 2.5 laps now to go for him. So at that rate he should be there or thereabouts by the end of the race. The battles further down the pack still going on in this race. Production BMW. Ben Winrow, your race leader, turns through paddock for the penultimate time. And his gap has gone up another 1.3 seconds, because now Liam Crilly's 8.2 down. 53.1 from Winrow to 54.5 from Crilly. There's Stuart Wade third, continues to drop off the two leaders, but that time he did pull away from Goodman, who still has that battle between him. He managed to hold Miles Howard behind him for the whole race, and Charles Plumley there as well.
And there we've got,
and a gap back to Wildman and Swaffer. There's Mike Toby though, turning through paddock. He left behind 4.4. It's another roughly 2.25 seconds gain on the top 10. Bottom of the top 10. Matthew Parks at the wheel. Pace shows he's certainly running the top 2. Adam Morgan has a moment at the bottom of the hill. He will be able to rejoin, so he continues as the race leaders go on to the last lap of the race. Ben Winrow well and truly in traffic now, lights ablaze for him. 152.8, so another quick lap from him. Liam Crilly into paddock, he's now 9.3 down, he dropped into another second. 153.9 from Crilly, a good lap there from him. Next up should be Stuart Wade, who's falling further down. He's 17 seconds behind the leader now. Then the battle for fourth, who fell down again. And it's still the same order between the three of them. We've heard Charles Plumley's going to get some sort of time penalty at the end of the race for exceeding the track limits. Now Mike Toby is the person we are going to look out for. There he is, Mike Toby, number 1, turning through paddock now. He's still behind Parks. I wonder what he can do on this final lap of the Malgoni Tyre Production BMW race. And here are your results. Ben Winrow won by 11 seconds in the end to Liam Crilly. Stuart Wade finished third. Fourth was Harry Goodman. Fifth was Miles Howard. We had a few also on the last lap, dropping people like Simon Glenn down, which made Mike Tovey 7th position. Now we're going to take a look at short highlights of race 2 from the weekend. Ben Winrow taking the lead into paddock nice and early. Mike Tovey, a great run through the corner, gaining him positions. Tovey started 7th from the grid because that's where he finished in race 1, but he was in second by the end of lap 1, which is a pretty incredible lap 1. You'll see here we go, he leads the scrap for second. Winrow though jumped away with this battle for second, raging throughout the first lap. A 4-second lead after lap 1 from Ben Winrow, which showed that he was not going to be stopped in this second race of the weekend. He ended up winning the race by 14 seconds. second, continues the race went on, but Mike Tovey's chance came here when Stuart White and Liam Quilly both went sideways, and they would be the people to back up for third, because Tovey pulled away, but then Stuart White finished third, fourth with Liam Quilly, and Harry Goodman was the best of the rest. He finished fifth, and sixth went to Miles Howard.